Hello guys, welcome to Target J NEET. Today again I came with some special questions on physics. The first question is the potential energy of a 1 kg particle free to move along the x-axis is given by Vx is equal to x power 4 by 4 minus x square by 2 joule. The total mechanical energy of the particle is 2 joule, then the maximum speed. Now if you have concept about total mechanical energy, it means kinetic plus potential energy is equal to total mechanical energy. And again given find the value of maximum speed. If speed is maximum, it means kinetic energy is maximum, then the potential energy should be minimum. So firstly we have to go from here to make it minimum. Vx d Vx by dx is equal to 4x power 3 by 4 minus 2x by 2 is equal to x cube minus x. For it should be minimum is equal to 0 to get the value of x. So x square minus 1 is equal to 0. For this it is implies that x is equal to 0, 1, minus 1. We get three values. To get the minimum value, we need to find out d2v dx square. Then we put these values and we find from which values we get the minimum value. So d2v dx square is equal to 3x square minus 1. At 0, when x is equal to 0, implies that d2v dx square is equal to minus 1. It means maximum. Now again, for x is equal to 1, if we put 1, implies that 3 into 1 minus 1 is equal to 2. Similarly, for minus 1, it again becomes plus and is 2. It means minimum at x is equal to plus minus 1. So we got two values of x at which potential energy is minimum. So again, now we find the value of potential energy V plus minus 1. Either we put plus 1 here or minus 1, we will get the same answer, is equal to 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus 1 by 4. Now given Et is equal to 2 joule, and that is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy EP, that is V, means that is this. So 2 is equal to Ek minus 1 by 4. Ek is equal to 2 plus 1 by 4 is equal to 9 by 4. And Ek can be written as half m, and V max ka square is equal to 9 by 4. We know that m is equal to 1 kg. So Vm square is equal to 2 into 9 by 4 is equal to 9 by 2. So Vm is equal to 3 by under root 2 meter per second. We cannot take negative value. So as per the question, the maximum speed should be this. Again, next question. Question number 2. Initial angular velocity of a disk, circular disk of mass capital M is omega 1. Then two small spheres of mass small m are attached gently to diametrically opposite points on the edge of the disk. What is the final angular velocity of the disk? So from question you can clear, it is given that this is a disk with radius capital R and mass capital M. Okay, so its angular momentum I is equal to, and its angular velocity is omega 1. So I is equal to initial is equal to half m r square omega 1 first. Now given two small spheres of mass small m are attached gently to the two diametrically opposite points. Suppose one mass is here, another mass is here, mass m, this is also m, diametrically opposite. This is final condition. So final, this is II, this is IF is equal to moment of inertia of this mass plus moment of inertia of this mass plus moment of inertia of the disk, means small m r square. That final angular velocity would be omega m r square omega plus m r square omega plus moment of inertia of the disk half capital M r square omega. This is initial and this is final. Just we have to equate this. So this becomes half capital M r square omega 1 is equal to, we can combine this, this becomes 2 small m capital R square omega plus 1 by 2 capital M r square omega. Now from here we can say that r square is same thing. So half m omega 1 is equal to 4 small m plus capital M omega common by 2, this and this. So final omega is equal to capital M small omega divided by 4 small m plus capital M. This is final angular velocity. So this is not a tough question, just you have to concept, you have to remember the moment of inertia of the disk, and if any particle or any sphere is on the edges of it, what would be the moment of inertia of it on its axis of rotation. So next question. Question number 3. A spherical solid of volume V is made of a material of density ρ1. It is falling through a liquid it is falling through a liquid of density ρ2. ρ1 is greater than ρ2. Assume that the liquid applies a viscous force on the ball that is proportional to the square of its speed v, implies that F viscous is equal to kv square. K greater than 0. Then find Vt, terminal velocity. No, this is huge question, written so many things, but if we precise it, it's written that suppose that it is a bucket or any pot and it is filled with liquid. This is spherical ball. If this is ball, this means mg is equal to v ρ1g, acting vertically downward, and this is buoyant force v ρ2g due to water. And also given that liquid applies a viscous force. Suppose that this is F, which is equal to kv square. Now, as soon as the speed increases, it means, because final direction of motion is this. If this is the final direction, it means m into a towards this direction. If viscous force increases, it means acceleration decreases, and one stage comes when acceleration becomes 0, then v becomes vt. It means firstly we write the balance equation. This becomes v ρ1g minus v ρ2g or minus kv square is equal to ma. If it becomes 0, it becomes vt. Implies that kvt square is equal to Vg rho 1 minus rho 2. Vt square is equal to Vt square is equal to Vg rho 1 minus rho 2 by K. So Vt is equal to this thing. So terminal velocity is this. So if you have the understanding of the question, just understand the question and apply the concept, and this is your terminal velocity. Okay guys, so I tried my best to find out the best questions for you guys. I will always do it, no doubt at all, but I expect you guys too. If you have any query, if you have any questions, you have whatever be the questions related to IIT JEE or NEET, please send me. You are most welcome. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.